Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Campaign Mode. Now this is the first of two campaigns this week. It's only 2 days long. We're playing as Orks against Necrons. The mission reward for this campaign was a new Knob Warbiker. It's a surprisingly expensive card at 33 points. Like the cheaper version, it has Outflank as its trait. It just has a lot more stats. Pretty cool model, but I'm probably not actually going to be using it very much. Now, let's get to the good stuff. So, I am currently undefeated in this campaign, and I'm down to the very last match. This is the last energy I'll be able to use, so this is the moment of truth. Will I be able to finish the campaign with 0 losses, or will this final battle end in defeat? Looking at the leaderboard, I'm currently in 35th place, but I have the same number of victory points as the #1 top player. So, this is it. We're using Boss Zagstruk, who is the perfect counter to the Necrons we're up against. So with Zagstruk, his special rule combos really well with things with Scout. Zagstruk himself got Scout as the trait this season, actually. It used to be Big Game Hunter. We got the 2 Storm Boys. We've got this guy, the Deathkiller Wartrike, which is a really incredibly good card with him. We got Ed Zappa for Psychic, this War Boss with Inspiring Presence, and then 3 smaller boys which just help to hold down the lanes. We got the Mega Knob with Double Shield, this guy with the Furious Charge, and then the Pain Boy with the Medicaid for some healing. Let's go ahead and deploy and see if we can pull this off. Now, since this is a 2-day campaign, the AI actually gets stronger earlier on, so I've seen some pretty ridiculous cards in these matches. We're talking about max level units with tier 3 traits. We're up against the Stormlord this time. He's only at level 4 though. And we've got a pretty good opening hand. We'll put down the War Boss at the beginning. We want to save the scouts until they have something on the field. There we go, a triple taunt there. It's going to be taunting for 3 turns. I think we want to take that thing out. We'll put down the Storm Boy. Gets its first attack off here. Hopefully my voice will actually hold up. And what is this? A triple shield? Oh, that looks terrible. Okay, I really need Ed Zappa on the field with his Psionic Blast. That would have been able to deal with the shields, but unfortunately he was not available. And there we go, a triple target acquired, targeting my War Boss. Now the first wave of Necrons is a bunch of weak, cheap units, so they won't actually be dealing too much damage. Although I think they'll be going for the ranged attack, and also, depending on what deploys next, they could potentially be dealing a lot of damage to this War Boss. This assassin has 41 damage, and then they got a spider that just deployed, healing up their units. Despite their low cost, they have a lot of health just because they're such high levels. Got the little bolt hitting the War Boss as well for 20 damage. So this is going to be a rough battle. But all we have to do is go Psychic. That's all that Ed Zappa, or not Ed Zappa, but Boss Zagstruk needs to activate his full throttle special rule, and the Necrons can do nothing to retaliate against this. It's really just an overpowered ability, I think. But I'm not complaining because it's working in our favor right now. So they are going ranged once again. The War Boss survives. That's a pretty big deal. They are debuffing my melee attack, but actually doesn't really affect us because full throttle still allows my units to deal 100% of their melee damage just by readying. So you can see we're getting extra damage in also because they're getting inspired by the War Boss. He's probably going to be going down. Okay, another triple level trait there with the Inspiring Presence. That's a pretty massive unit there. 300 health, the Praetorian Stalker. Okay. Now what do I want to do to deal with that thing? I think we want to put down this guy. We'll put him down in the middle. Actually, I probably should have saved that for a stronger unit, but oh well. I think I'm actually just going to ignore the Praetorian Stalker for now. And we'll just put down the Pain Boy there. Want to heal up the Wartrike. And of course we'll go Psychic again. Not going to be able to take down these guys. The problem with some of these weaker Orc boys is they just don't deal very much damage. But I think the extra health and the shields from the Meganob, which we'll deploy later, might be necessary to keep some of these lanes locked down when they deploy some of their really big units. Okay, Wartrike takes down the Lich Guard with its ranged counterattack. And they got a Cryptek for some more healing. That Stalker is not dying anytime soon. 328 health. Just gonna keep swinging away. Should be able to take down the Canoptek Spider next turn. And possibly the Cryptek, we'll see. I think they'll go ranged. Now they have 2 bodyguards left. What is it gonna be? Could be the Annihilation Barge or any of the Catan Shards, which would be pretty nasty at this level. Okay, so we don't have quite enough to take down the Cryptek. We will take out the Spider though on the left. And our guys are actually holding up pretty well. We still have 3 bodyguards left, including Ed Zappa. Okay, oh, this one. I was not expecting that, but that thing is not gonna die very easily either. 318 health, and it regenerates 15 health per turn with its max level regeneration. I have never even seen this thing before. The Doom Scythe, at level 12. Okay, well, I'm going to put down the Meganob over there. The shields will be able to absorb that. 113 damage, and they have the Annihilation Barge, of course. Now, this is a pretty nasty combo. Lots of health, huge amounts of damage, and there's really nothing I can do to stop these guys. 153 damage from the Annihilation Barge. I think this might be it. We'll put down Ed Zappa. I think we just have to try to take down the Praetorian Stalker, and now I'm regretting not attacking it more earlier on. I don't think I have enough damage to take it down. Obviously, these other 2 are not going to die anytime soon. The Doom Scythe, I don't think has enough damage to take out Ed Zappa in one shot, fortunately. He's just going to barely survive. The Meganob is doing just fine behind its shields. But the Deathkiller Wartrike is taking quite a bit of damage. This thing is pretty monstrous at level 14. That is the max level. So it's not looking so good for us here. And they will be taking down Ed Zappa, of course, next turn. The Meganob will survive. And I really kind of need to save Ed Zappa's extra attack from the Scout for their Warlord. But I don't know if this is going to work, because... well, let's see here. Could I pull it off? Is it possible? We'll put this guy down over here. Actually, that was the wrong choice. He only does 41 damage. I was counting on him to knock that thing out, but that was a bad idea because it survived, and now I think that may have just cost me the game. I was really hoping that this would be the match, the first campaign in which I am actually undefeated, but it is looking like they're just about to wipe the board here. The Inspiring Presence charging up their ranged attack to epic proportions, and now they just wipe the board, and unfortunately all I have left is Ed Zappa, or I keep saying Ed Zappa, but it's Boss Zagstruk. He does attack with that initial charge, dealing 62 damage, and we had a decent melee attack charged up, so 104, able to deal a decent amount, but there's no way we're going to survive that next turn. 318 total damage coming at us, so I'm afraid this game is over. Go for the melee attack there. Unfortunate. So close, but yet so far away. I guess I must have just jinxed myself early on, but that's the way it is. I mean, my bodyguards played as well as they could. That was the most tier 3 traits I've seen in any game I think I've ever played. So that was a very high level. That was pretty close to the highest possible deck that you could face in a campaign, I believe. So still in 35th position, and it looks like that's where I'll probably drop down a few levels once some other players win that last game. And yeah, so I'm in the top 50 places. We'll see if I can keep that position. And it looks like, well, some people have already won, so the top 6 players were able to win that last game. And they're up to 858 victory points. So that is the way it is. It's probably the first time I've uploaded a video from the very final match of a campaign. But let me know if you're playing this one and how it worked out for you, what you think of Boss Zagstruk, and if you think his special rule is a little too powerful. I think it seems a little bit weird. It doesn't really make any logical sense for him to be that strong against Necrons specifically, but it is fun to play. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.